Hey guys, John V from Phone Arena here. I'm live at MWC 2016 doing a hands-on look at the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Technically, it is a larger handset, but what Samsung has done is that they've increased the screen-to-body ratio, so it doesn't feel like you're holding a smartphone with a 5.5-inch display. It's pretty compact, which is nice. It still has that premium construction with its glass surfaces with metal trim body, and it just makes for a nice package. It's not as sharp as last year around the edges, and it takes after the Note 5 with the rounded edges on the back, so it makes for a more wonderful feel. It's still a fingerprint magnet though. There are some subtle refinements too, like how the power button and the camera lens on the back are recessed more so they don't stick out as much, and they stuff a larger 3600 milliamp hour battery. And best of all, it features an IP68 rating, which means that it's dust and water resistant. There's a larger screen here on the S7 Edge. So it's a 5.5-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. Fantastic qualities, more real estate to work with. It looks really nice. But the more important part here are those dual curved edges on the left and right sides. They're more rounded than last year, so they don't have much of a taper, so they're not that sharp. But it works in the same capacity as before, but this time they utilize more of the sides, so it now covers 550 pixels. So with that, they've added some new functions as well with the Edge user experience. So you could quickly access it by swiping from these edges towards the middle, and from here you have all of the functions at your disposal. Now, the majority of them are the same from last year, but the nice thing is that they've opened up third-party support, which is great. And there's also a macro feature, which we find pretty useful because you could macro stuff. So for example, instead of opening up the camera app to take a selfie, you could program it with the macro. Beyond that, they really didn't mess around with the recipe found with TouchWiz. It's now running top of Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. It's still quite comprehensive because you have all the features from before. For example, true multitasking, you have also a one-handed mode, and all the various smart gestures from before. Samsung is emphasizing the low lighting performance of the camera here. It's now a 12 megapixel rear camera, and the front-facing one's a 5 megapixel one. It's utilizing this new dual pixel technology, which allows it to absorb more light, so photos come out brighter, more detailed, in comparison to the grainy and somewhat darker photos of its competitors. And the interface is unchanged. It's the same one from before. Pricing hasn't been revealed just yet, but pre-orders start February 23rd for the US market. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge isn't necessarily a giant leap over its predecessor, but it has enough improvements to make it a sustainable one. And overall, when you think about it, it seems like it's a no-compromise smartphone.